Success for the transformation, I think, will be measured by the technology department actually getting out of the way. Every person in the firm and our clients can access and use the technology and data they need without having to talk to somebody in the technology department. When I joined Schroders 2.5 years ago, I was asked two main questions by the board. How do we increase the pace of change that we deliver through the firm? And how do we ensure that we're getting value for the money that we're spending? Throughout the last 2.5 years, we've been on a journey to achieve those two main goals. And it's a key aspect of what we're doing is the move to Agile as a working practice. And what we've discovered over that 2.5-year period is that it has helped us deliver on both of those objectives. The main challenge actually is more about language. So going from a traditional waterfall project-based culture where everything had a start and an end to moving to an agile working practice is more of a cultural shift and a language shift. So you start talking about terms like Scrum Masters and sprints and program increments, and using that type of terminology wasn't part of the common lexicon of the business 2 years ago. And going through that transformation about the culture of the firm, empowering individuals, empowering teams to make decisions was probably the biggest challenge of making that journey. We did a lot of research to begin with. We talked to a lot of companies that we thought were best in class from an innovation perspective and delivery perspective, not just in financial services. We talked to a lot of companies around the globe, including people like John Lewis and PayPal and various companies about how they deliver change and how they incorporate into innovation. So through that research we came to the conclusion about how we needed to transform ourselves, so we were able to sell that concept and then basically with the CEO's support we were able to start on that transformation. Whereas this normally takes a 2-year period in most companies and things to bed this in, we chose to aggressively make the transformation a 12-month period. And one of the biggest surprises I had through that journey was not only did it change the foundation and the culture and the ways of working in the technology department, but it significantly changed the ways of working and the transparency and the engagement with the business as well. I rightly get corrected whenever I talk about the business and then talking about IT. Technology is actually a core part of our business. So we try not to make a division between what is technology and what is the business, because fundamentally going forward, technology is a core component of everything we do. Again, with Peter Harrison's sponsorship, he's made it very clear that technology and data are foundational parts of our growth. You know, we look at many different aspects about how we want to develop and grow the firm, whether or not that's by product or by regional expansion, and one of those core foundations is around technology and data. And by that being driven from the very top of the firm, it's not my job now to go and sell those as concepts with the rest of my management committee colleagues. It's more about a joint dialogue with them about how they're going to leverage technology into their businesses. My interaction with the rest of the management committee is on a day-to-day basis, and it's not just about technology. I'm expected to contribute in all aspects of our conversation about whether or not we're acquiring a company, how we're growing our product strategy, how we're developing in certain geographic areas and things. So I'm not expected just to comment and contribute when there's a technology question. I'm expected to contribute to the whole dynamic about our business plan. And equally, part of my job is to educate and encourage the rest of the management committee and their organisations about technology as an agenda. So I see myself more as a facilitator of that dialogue, and part of our goal going forward is about how we educate and drive a DNA throughout the whole firm of technology and data competence. More and more CIOs and CTOs are sitting at management committee board level because the importance of, in any industry, of technology is changing fundamentally how every organisation operates. And if you don't have that interaction on a daily basis, I think most organisations perhaps won't survive. We've got a very strong brand and a culture that goes back over 200 years. The number of staff that we have over 10 years, etc. and things is very strong. So not only do we attract talent, but we retain that talent. The challenge we had a few years back was that, as with a number of our people in financial services, technology talent weren't aware of what our agenda was or the fact that we invested so much in technology. So part of our process is about making sure that people are aware of our technology ambition, about what our agenda is, and expressing the interesting work we're doing, the innovative work we're doing, the kind of technology and the way we work, and how we attract those people is multiple fold. So, you know, I can talk about the fact that we're working with robotics, we're working in data analytics, we're working in machine learning, we're doing new work with AI, we're working with cloud technologies. So that's one part, because I think, you know, attracting talent is much about people wanting to work with new technologies. If you're a technologist, you tend to be excited by that. The other part is, again, the agile transformation. Most millennial talent are interested in working in collaborative teams. They want to be empowered. They want to have engagement with stakeholders and business stakeholders. And I think by creating that environment, my job is more about providing support to the organisation rather than a command and control structure. So it's having the right culture and it's having the right technology agenda to attract people to do interesting work in a way that they want to work. I fundamentally don't think that there's enough talent in the marketplace. So that it is a struggle finding the right talent, but that's a struggle I think that everybody's dealing with. So we have to think about how are we going to attract talent, maybe cross-train, develop talent. I'm very pleased that we're engaged in the government apprenticeship programme. So we're hiring school leavers at this point into parts of our technology organisation, information security as an example, and we're hoping to develop them over the long term. So we're looking for different opportunities and avenues and things. I think we're very proud that we operate as a client-centric organisation. The industry is changing, and we've got a very large institutional client base, pension funds, wealth managers, large institutions. And the way that those clients want to interact with us is changing fundamentally in the marketplace. So that's very much a digital agenda. So how they want to engage is not about just going to a website, it's more about customer journeys, it's about data and having access to our data. So we're on a program of developing APIs and access at a fundamental level so clients can draw down the data they want when they want it, as well as being able to access thought pieces on investment and understand that whole journey and that experience that our clients are looking for. So it's fundamentally transforming the dialogue using technology. From a client education perspective, generally speaking, institutional clients are more aware than perhaps retail clients might be, but we've also got a program of investment into a number of aspects where we'll put educational pieces onto our websites to educate retail investors about investment techniques and perhaps what their propensity is for risk, so that they can become more knowledgeable from an investment perspective. So education is absolutely part and parcel of what we're trying to deliver back to all of our clients. So success for the transformation, I think, will be measured by the technology department actually getting out of the way. And what I mean by that is that every person in the firm and our clients can access and use the technology and data they need without having to talk to somebody in the technology department. So that's the ultimate vision, is that we provide a service, but we're not a bottleneck to the firm's or the client's ambition.